emoji. Can I add an emoji? No. Quote. Tell the truth. Can I add an emoji? Orange. Oh, yes.
Tucker, what do you mean by no quote, tell the truth?
You're so fast. Freaking truth. Done.
No quote, tell the truth.
Okay, everybody answer.
Come on, emoji.
Okay, let's finish reading this book, okay? And then we can figure out our fate. By the time school was out, hardly anyone would talk to her. Why are y'all so mad at me, Libby asked her classmates. On Libby's way home, she wondered why her stomach felt as fluttery as it did when she told the lie. I promised Mama I would tell the truth, no matter how much it hurt, she reassured herself glumly. And that's all I'd done. Before Libby knew it, she was in front of Miss Tuzzleberry's vine-covered cottage. The woman was in her rocking chair, gliding back and forth, fanning herself with a hand-folded fan. How do, Libby Louise? She called in her sing-song voice. What's that sad look you wearing on such a pretty day? Libby jumped right in with what was bothering her. Can the truth be wrong? Oh no, Miss Tuzzleberry said, fanning faster. The truth is never wrong. Always tell the truth. That's what I thought, Libby said, a smile of relief lighting up on her face. Miss Tuzzleberry leaned over the railing to pluck a bloom from one of the vines that grew all over her yard and up her house. Don't you think my garden is lovely? Libby thought on it. Ordinarily, she would have just said yes, for fear of sounding sassy. But that wasn't the truth. So polite as you please, she answered, Miss Tuzzleberry, truly and honestly, your yard looks like a jungle. Well, I declare, Miss Tuzzleberry gasped. Don't be mad, Libby pleaded, but it was too late. Miss Tuzzleberry rushed inside her house and slammed the door. Even though Mama was busy putting up the finishing touches on Virginia Washington's wedding dress, she still took time to listen to Libby's problem. Key word there. I feel something awful. My friends don't like me no more. Anymore, repeated her mother. No, they don't. And just because I told the truth. The girl sighed deeply. Handing her needle to thread, Mama asked gently, are you sure they're mad at you for telling the truth? I think so, Libby said. Willie was mad as a hornet when I told him Miss Jackson he didn't have his homework. And Miss Tuzzleberry got plenty upset when I told her her garden looked like a jungle. Mama smiled. Oh, I see. Then putting down her work, she took Libby's hand, saying, sometimes the truth is told at the wrong time, or in the wrong way, or for the wrong reasons. And that can be hurtful. But the honest to goodness truth is never wrong. Then Mama went back to stitching and pulling and stitching and pulling. Libby walked to the barn to feed and water old Boss, and all the time trying to get an understanding of her mother's words. Just when Virginia Washington sashayed out of the fields and past the barn, come for the final fitting of her wedding dress. As she watched Libby brush old Boss, Virginia burst into laughter. That horse is older than a black pepper, she said, shaking her head. I doubt you can get $1 for that old flea-ridden swayback. And she flounced off towards the house. Don't say those things about old Boss, Libby called after her, throwing her arm around the horse's neck. She knew he wasn't the fine carriage horse he had once been, but why did Virginia have to rub it in? Now Libby thought back to her own truth-telling, and Mama's words suddenly became crystal clear. The next day, Libby caught up with her friends on the way to school. She told Ruby Mae, you didn't have a hole in your sock. You did have a hole in your sock, but I could have whispered it to you instead of hollering it out for everybody to hear. I'm sorry. Ruby Mae smiled. You finally got it, she said. Libby apologized to Willie, too. I should have let you tell Miss Jackson about your own homework. It was unfair. Besides, nobody asked me in the first place. That's all right. But hey, he added, do you think you could help me with my geography homework? No problem, said Libby. But there was one more person she had to see. On the way home, she headed straight for Miss Tussleberry's house. Libby found her neighbor out front, down all fours, pulling up flowers and snatching vines by the roots. When Miss Tussleberry saw her, she wiped her brow with the back of her hand and flashed a full smile. "I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings yesterday," Libby said. "Libby Louise, you were right," Miss Tussleberry replied. "This place had gone completely and uncontrollably wild. But you were so mad at me." Miss Tussleberry waved a dismissing hand. "The truth is often hard to chew, but if sweetened with love, then it is a little easier to swallow." Okay. So on your Chromebook, it should allow you to write a response of what you think the theme is. So whatever you think the theme is, I want you to put in this box, and then we can all see them and talk about them.
It won't allow me.
Refreshing.
Yeah, just refresh it.
Why are you refreshing? Oh, I see it.
There you go. We're
Started the whole thing over.
I think it's still recording though.
I can't do it. Something's wrong with mine. I have to do everything.
Okay, keep tapping. So somebody said, Maddie said to tell the truth. Jackson said always tell the truth.
I can't do it. It's still on hold.
It's just loading. It's just
There's
being
another
slow.
one. There's another one.
One.
Okay, let's see what the other.
I said mine.
Xander said always tell the truth and never lie, but don't tell the truth at the wrong time. I like that.
Ooh, I'm in.
Let's see. Daisy said, let's see. Scroll over and look at hers. Don't always tell the truth, because it can hurt someone. Yeah, it hurt some of her friends' feelings, didn't it?
What?
Maddie. Madeline.
Can you? Can we post another one?
Yeah, did you change your mind? So Axel changed his mind, so he wants to post another one.
I'm really stuck.
Parker said, tell the truth even at a hard time.
What did I do?
Lily said, Libby didn't now lie, but she told the truth.
What did I do? Press post. I press post.
Yes, you press post.
And you fucking
Sam says it's okay to make mistakes as long as you can learn.
All
All right, so let's move on. Let's move on. So y'all had some good things, but let's talk about a couple things. Let's talk about a couple things. Who is our main character in the story?
Statue of Liberty.
Okay, what is the problem in the story?
Libby lied.
Libby lied?
Yay! She told the truth to her friends, but it made her mad.
There you go. Maybe the problem was that she was telling the
Truth.
truth, right?
That's what I said. Well, I got that one somehow. That was cool. I got it right. It should be. She wanted to include.
But it was hurting her friend's feelings.
I did not.
Okay. How did the problem get solved? Or did it get solved?
What just happened?
Parker?
She said sorry to everybody that she did.
So she apologized? Daisy?
She felt bad
Okay.
because she was telling everybody that she had a wound in herself and he didn't do his homework.
Yeah, I mean, she wasn't lying, right? But she was pointing out things that could hurt others' feelings. It's
So
kind of
she
like
was
sabotage.
lying, actually.
Yeah. Don't say lies to other people.
Don't say lies. Well, she was telling the truth. We talked about before this, honesty is the best policy. You always hear you should always tell the truth. You should always tell the truth. But if you're going and telling the truth on people when it's not really your place, is it the right thing to do? Okay, so what did she learn?
She did lie to her mom.
That's what I think was the problem.
What did she learn though in the story? What lesson was learned, Daisy?
To not always tell the truth.
To not always tell the truth, right?
If it was a test, I would make it better. If it was a grade, I would make it better.
Wait, no, way. What happened?
Okay,
Butter up it.
so we know that Libby is telling the truth because her mom told her to. She took that literally. She said, I'm always going to tell the truth. I'm never going to lie. Every chance I get, I'm going to tell the truth. So that was her problem because her friends, their feelings were hurt. They didn't even want to walk home from school with her. So it got solved when her mother kind of spoke with her, right, and told her that she doesn't always have to tell the truth. And she went and apologized to her friends. So based on all this information, and the lesson is kind of the same thing as the theme, right? It's what the author wants the main character to learn, wants you to take from the story. So what do we think the theme is? Daisy?
It's okay to tell the truth sometimes, but it's not okay to tell it all the time.
So she says it's okay to tell it sometimes, but not all the time. So timing has something to do with when you should tell the truth, right, Parker?
Mistakes are okay. I think I learned this.
Parker said mistakes are okay as long as you learn from them. So she may have made some mistakes along the way. Xander?
Always tell the truth and never lie, but don't tell the truth at the wrong time, but also don't tell a lie at the wrong time.
Okay. So he's talking about the timing again.
I know.
You should tell the truth at the right time. Sam?
You could say the truth, but don't blurt it out for other people.
Okay, I like that one. Sam said you can tell the truth, but don't blurt it out to where it hurts other people's feelings. Okay? Philip. Be honest. Okay, be honest to your teacher and your parents. Okay, Ellen?
Always tell the truth.
Okay, always tell the truth. But we should tell the truth in the right way, probably, right? Okay. So, we should always be respectful in the way that we tell the truth, right? So Libby had this problem and she apologized and she learned the lesson